science platform. Today we're going to talk about a pretty cool solution, and we have the privilege to meet Andrew Macklin. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having us. I appreciate your time.
So, Andrew, I'm very pleased to welcome you today. You have founded Urban Asset Solutions in Adelaide.
Correct.
Yeah.
Myself and business partner Adrian Fair. So there's two of us.
Awesome.
We both share a similar passion in trying to improve our waterways and restore them to the way nature intended. So that's our mantra, if you like.
Oh, love it. So your company, if I may say, is offering effective, cost-efficient and sustainable stormwater management services, right?
Spot on.
All right. Yeah. So tell us a bit more about your story, who you are, and how all that came.
Well, look, I've been in and around the building industry for a long period of time, and my passion, in addition to building and renovating, has actually always been in and around water. So I've always surfed as a young teenager, water skiing on the Murray River. I've got now a young boy who's passionate about camping, loves the coastline, fishing. So I've always been in and around water. And as a young kid, even building dams and creeks and, simple things like that. So over the years, I've sort of seen that our waterways have deteriorated. The pollutant load has become higher. We're using more and more water. It's been particularly in Australia, water is a very, very precious commodity. I mean, we're drought stricken most of the time in Australia. So one thing sort of led to another is I ended up working for a company called Ecosol, who was very new and novel in the space of treating stormwater and harvesting it. And I really became quite passionate about what they're doing and the feel of, going to work every day to do something good for the environment. There's nothing better than doing that. So it sort of evolved from there. And then a couple of years ago, my business partner Adrian and I, who are both very passionate coastal people, had an opportunity to buy out Ecosol and its technology and really expand on our vision to be a really leader in innovative stormwater treatment solutions, not only in Australia, but also take it global. So, our vision is to export our technology and adapt it to other countries and what they're doing in their problems. So currently we've done a lot of work in Malaysia. We're obviously doing some work in New Zealand, but New Zealand's like for like with Australia. And New Caledonia, we've just sent some technology to Fiji and over to India. And what we really get some real satisfaction out of is seeing the product integrated and adopted by the local community. In fact, there's a project in Malaysia where the local community actually maintain the device and they measure what they've caught every rain event, and they actually get paid some money from the local government for actually maintaining the device. And so they're now cleaning it every day. They get so excited about going down there and cleaning this device, putting it into a skip, and then the government coming around and actually rewarding them, paying into the community for cleaning it. So it's a brilliant concept, and that's really exciting to see those kind of projects. So that's a little bit about me. Sorry, I spoke too much.
That's okay, that's great. That's great. So actually you're talking about this technology. I will just get a bit more details. We specifically talk about the Ecosol Net Tech today. This net technology consists on a stainless steel sleeve that will fit into drainage network. It's like a drain sock, right?
Yeah, it is. Yep. Perfect. Well, that product was actually developed by a fisherman on the Central Coast. So he was the original inventor of the technology, and he's an avid fisherman. He was catching more litter than he was actually fish. So on one of these fishing expeditions, he decided that there's got to be a better way. We've got to stop this litter from getting to our oceans. So he was actually the inventor of the technologies, and we acquired that intellectual property several years ago and have grown and continue to develop that. But in a nutshell, yes, it is a system that just basically bolts onto the end of a pipe that traditionally discharges to either a creek, waterway, or to our beaches. And it's got a heavy-duty net on it that just captures everything larger than the netting aperture size. So traditionally we use a 50mm aperture, can be 115mm aperture net. And all your gross litter, like your PET bottles, all your vegetation, which overloads your waterways with nitrogen, all gets retained in the net system. But what makes it very unique and very clever is it's got a patented bypass mechanism. So when the net becomes full, it will release and pull tight off to the side and capturing all the material but still let all of the flow out of the drainage pipe. And that's very important because in a major rain event, you can't be blocking your pipes because that's going to cause flooding back up in the urban catchment. So look, it's a very simple design, very easy to adapt to a lot of systems. And because it's made out of stainless steel and heavy duty ultraviolet resistant netting, it's got a long life. But what I like most about it is anyone can clean it. You know, you just need a crane truck or a vacuum truck. And the most important thing is if we're going to put this in, we've got to be able to maintain it.
Awesome. And since when do you install these nets? Like, you said many places, but...
Lots of places now, yeah, throughout Australia. We traditionally have installed a lot for local councils, and they seem to find that it's a very easy product to maintain, a very cost-effective product to maintain. It's also very visual, so you can see when it's full, so it's easy to determine the cleaning frequency. You know, it's right there, you can't miss it. So from that aspect, it's very, very good. It's spread all over Australia. We sell them in New Zealand. There's products being installed in Malaysia very successfully. In fact, the one in Malaysia has to get cleaned every night because after every afternoon rain event, they are cleaning it. So it's full on every event. But mind you, they're in the tropics. The rain intensity is a lot higher and heavier, and I think their pollutant issue is a lot greater. And then maybe in places like Australia and New Zealand. So look, scattered worldwide, absolutely.
Awesome. And my question is about this kind of net. Can you put it to every kind of outlets, or there's like specific?
You can. It does, like any product, it has limitations. So you can't go on very, very large channels. So I would sort of recommend on pipe systems that are up to 900 millimetres. Or sort of 4 feet maximum, depending on the imperial metric. And it can go on box culverts, but again, smallish box culverts. So your big, large open channels, it's probably not that suited because the flows are too big, too much stress and strain on the net. It's probably going to release under large flows without being full of material. So smaller outlet pipes is probably the better application. Also easier, you've got to think about maintenance. So if it gets too big, the net gets too heavy, you can't lift it, you can't easily clean it, and then people won't maintain it. So what we would do is look on a site-by-site basis. So if someone bought an application to us, we'd work with them to design a system that was most appropriate for that site.
Awesome. Yeah, I get it. So my next question was about the challenges for the installation and the maintenance. So it's the size of the pipe, again.
Yes.
Maintenance-wise, you say it's quite easy.
Yep. But you must remember access. Wherever you put it, you must remember you've got to be able to get access, safe access to the device. So it can go in partially submerged and tidal areas, on small pipes discharging to beachfronts, creeks. All of those applications are fine, but you must remember you've got to be able to get your vehicle, whether it be a small crane truck or a crane or a vacuum truck, you must be able to get access to the device to be able to clean it. Otherwise, look, don't put it in because it's not going to get maintained. It's going to fill once and just sit there and do nothing.
Yeah, true. Okay. And so I like the story about Malaysia that people get rewarded about the plastics and what they get in the net.
Yep.
Could you measure any impact on the other ones, or it's mostly that one that you get examples or feedbacks?
Yeah, well, that particular one in Malaysia is a really, really good success story because what they've done is they've installed a series of nets and with an overhead gantry that they can operate, a manual gantry that they can hook up to the nets, swing around back onto the embankment and empty the contents from the net into a skip that's provided by the local council. And then they go and re-engage the net. Now, in Australia and places, I guess, like Canada, probably some safety issues with that. Local councils probably don't want residents messing with some of the debris and rubbish. It's a bit different to Malaysia. And we've done some training with the local residents, explained to them the do's and don'ts and the safeties of doing it. That's how they manage the project. But what actually happens is it provides funding back into that community. And they're able to use that funding and share it amongst the community for the amount of rubbish and skips that they fill. So it's a very, very innovative project. It works very well in Malaysia, quite successful. And it's one of my real passion projects, that particular one, because it has got so much success around it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, awesome. Well, that's all about the installation and the great feedbacks and what's happening after that. We talked about cost effectiveness how the technology is cost effective for you.
Yep. I think when you look at treating stormwater, I mean, you've got to look at what is the capital cost, and you've got to look at the ongoing maintenance. So traditionally, there's an old saying in the industry that whatever you spend up front in your capital purchase, you're going to spend 10 times that over the life of the asset maintaining it. Okay, so really you've got to look at the total life cycle of a product and how efficient it is and easy it is to maintain it. So looking at your cost efficiency, it is, are you getting the target pollutants, and is the system able to be easily maintained? Because the more often that's likely to be maintained, the more effective the system is going to be. So it's no good putting a massive underground system in that's going to cost us billions of dollars to maintain, and you have to get special equipment in that's not readily available. Maybe it's got to be sourced from another council. It's not practical and it's not cost effective. So you've got to look at the total life cycle and how easy it is to maintain. And that's what makes it efficient. Obviously, you've got to look at the performance of the product. You know, the product has to do a job. You know, so you want that to happen first, and the Net Tech certainly does that. It's tried and tested over many, many years. But what we keep going back to is the maintenance. You know, maintenance is key. If it's easy to maintain, it's going to do a wonderful job in protecting our oceans and waterways, because people are going to be invested in maintaining it.
Awesome. Yeah. Right. Thank you for all that sharing. My tiny few last questions will be, what are the next steps for you guys? How can we help you to put in more and more these kind of solutions around the world, let's say?
I think you're on what you're doing, exactly what Salty Hands is doing, and organisations like what you're doing is key. We've just got to spread the word. We've got to let people know there is simple solutions to the problem of stormwater pollution. They don't have to cost us $1 billion. There is simple things like the Net Tech that can be adapted and changed, modified to individual requirements, and can help fix the problem. So it's just about us all sharing the word, you know, just letting people know that these products are about. That's what we've got to do. And if we all do it together, it's all going to make a difference, you know, and we've just got to all be spreading the word, and we've got to be conscious of how to adapt technologies for individual country needs. And that's really what it's all about. So any publicity is good publicity.
Oh, I love it. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Well, I'm very pleased that I get the time to know you more. And
likewise, we're delighted to be part of the Salty Hands mission.
Awesome. Well, I'd really like to know more about the Ecosol Net Tech also that you provide at Urban Asset Solutions. I really hope this technology will be more and more shared and installed in many places in the world. Well, if you're interested, guys, what's the best way to reach you, Andrew?
Look, there's multiple ways to get in touch with us. You can go via our website, which is urbanassetsolutions.com.au. You can email me directly, andrew@urbanassetsolutions.com.au. But have a look at our website. All our contact details are there, and we're always happy to hear from you. We'll look at anything in stormwater.
Awesome. Well, if you want, guys, also you can write to us and we will forward your request to Urban Asset Solution. Well, thank you very much. I have last tiny question, but not the least important for personal side. What do you wish for our ocean?
Clean, healthy oceans. Yeah. You know, that's all we want. That's all anyone wants to see. Yeah, we've just got to do better. Yeah,
I love it. Thank you, Andrew.
No worries. I appreciate your time. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Not a problem.
I'm going to wish you a great day because it's the beginning.
It's all right. Fantastic. All right. Thank you for your time. Appreciate that.
Keep in touch.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. We need to share more and more the solutions, spread the good news, spread the new technologies that we have to make a better place to live for the marine life and for us. Thank you guys for watching this little video. I hope you enjoy. You can put any comments below. You can also share any ideas about solutions that you thought about during the video, and as well request anything to Andrew or to me about the Ecosol Net Tech that is provided by Urban Asset Solutions. Thanks, guys. Have a great day and see you next time.